into a trust. So when he gets, 45 or 50,
yeah,
he'll be able to have access to the money.
Freaking embarrassing, but good for him.
Well, but it worked. It's going to work out, though. It all worked out.
Yeah, but
that's it. I have nothing else. I mean,
no, the reason
he wasn't one. He made $4 million. It's not like he's one of these guys like KG that has made $320 million for his career, and they're like, "Oh, he's broke."
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing I'm saying. It's like when that happens, man, and you hear a dude talking about his feeling of responsibility for his family. I was like, that's like you hear about dudes like Tyrann Mathieu, like having not Tyrann Mathieu, that's the Honey Badger. Tyron Smith, the tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, wrong dude, 200 pounds heavier, had to take out a restraining order against his own damn parents because they wouldn't stop trying to get money out of him. Like, that type of thing is ridiculous to me. I would always hope that if my son did something, big, that I would always look at him and say, you know what, that's your money, man. You did that. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to try to pull a Gary Coleman like Gary Coleman's supposed to did him? And rob him blind?
All that kind of stuff is just... and here's the thing, too. I know a lot of parents feel like, the sacrifices they made for their kids to be able to do these kind of things, they feel like they're quote-unquote old. But here's the real deal. It's not what... Like, it wasn't an investment. You're the parent. Like, taking your kid to football practice is what parents do. Whether your kid goes on to be a Hall of Famer in the NFL or never play another down of football after 7 years old, it's still the same gig. You're a parent. You know what I mean? It ain't like he's like, all right, man, my kid ain't that good. I ain't taking his ass to football practice no more. You better walk. You ain't gonna do that. You feel what I'm saying?
But see, what you're talking about now kind of opens up a whole nother conversation because, we both know because we've seen firsthand, you've worked it for, we've been at these big rent league games or whatnot, and we've even seen stuff on like Real Sports about, these Pee Wee League teams in Miami, where the parents start getting beside themselves way too early.
Yeah.
Like, kids 8 years old. Like, of course, there's going to be one kid that's going to be better than everybody else. And it's just like they started getting way beside themselves, when these kids are far too young for that kind of pressure to be put on them, where now you have these websites that keep stats on rent league teams, Pee Wee League teams. If you got an 8-year-old son and he plays football, his stats are probably on the internet. Like that, like for me, like that's really just going over the top, man.
Yeah.
And that's what creates that whole culture that you speak of.
And then no one seems to see a problem with it. That whole, everyone feels like everyone else is just up for exploitation. If I feel like it, if there's a market for it, I might as well do it because somebody's going to do it. All right, that should be the excuse for everything there. Okay, now to the lighter side of this story. This is I actually laughed out loud when he told this part of the Malice in the Palace. Everyone knows the big brawl that went on in Detroit, and I love the way the author of this story puts it. His name is Mike Chiari. Yeah. The fight that Ron Artest started after a drink was poured on him. But hold on, that's two different things. It sounds like somebody else started it when they poured that damn drink on me. Like, you can't tell me I started it because a drink was poured on me. No, someone else started that fight. They just, some people just end up getting their ass whooped. That, the NBA didn't like it happening that way. But it can't be both ways. Like, someone can't pour a drink on me first, and then I'm still the one that started the fight. Nah, give me one or the other. Now,
yeah, that don't even sound right, does it?
I want you to hear what my man, Ron, the artist formerly known as Ron Artest, currently known as Metta World Peace, had to say about this. They get in the locker room. Ron says, quote, "Hey, my bad, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know we had so many N-words on this team." Then he says, quote, "Hey, do you think we're going to get fined?" Anthony Johnson says, "N-word or fine? Ron, they're going to suspend us," end quote. Then Ron was literally like my 6-year-old son and said, quote, "Oh, man, you think they're going to suspend us? I don't want to be suspended. End quote. They damn near put this dude out the league. Period.
But you know firsthand that is Ron Artest right there.
That's what made it so funny, man.
That is him.
Oh, this dude went from thinking, man, I hope they don't fine us, to, man, really, we gonna get suspended, to, bruh, they almost put you out the league altogether. You almost got banished, my man. Like,
but do you remember? But you know, like Ron Artest is just one of these dudes that, you know, like when I sit back, and I don't know if Ron Artest ever go pick up another basketball in the NBA again.
Nah, he's done.
He's one of these dudes, you know, you always get these characters that come in and out of professional sports. And Ron Artest, I mean, dude never was one of these guys that lacked talent. I mean, you know, he had a lot of talent. And he was just one of these dudes that was just like a loose cannon, like he said whatever he wanted to say, pretty much did whatever he wanted to do. But I will never forget the last championship the Lakers won. And Ron Artest, oh my God, he gave the most classic interview after the game. Oh my God, Kobe passed the ball to me.
He's certified.
He gave it to me.
You can see on Kobe's documentary Muse, when he passing the ball, you can see the look on Kobe's face, like he's like grimacing, like Ron's about to shoot it. Oh, Ron Artest. Oh, Meta World.
He gave me the ball.
The dude said, I'm from Queensbridge. It don't go down like that. Like, this is a dude that took a year off to make a rap album. It was like, that's that dude. Anyway. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. I was talking about the, I said, speaking of the one and done situation. Oh, yeah. And the one and done's becoming stars. Kyrie freaking Irving, dude. Oh, please.
Last night was epic.
You didn't go to sleep, did you?
No, I didn't.
Because the whole time, like, the clock is running down. Like Kawhi Leonard's on the free. By the way, that's what escaped everyone today. How Kawhi Leonard blew the game. That dude missed 2. I think he ended up missing like 3 straight free throws in it at the end of the game. Like, he missed those 2 at the end, and he missed the second one, or at least 3 out of 4 to close out the game. I was like, yeah, man. I was talking about it the other day when I was talking about Russ. It's like, yeah, everybody's that dude. And everybody wants to holler Clutch Gene and closer and all that kind of stuff. There's very few, man. Very few have that calmness within their belly. And we see it again, if his name was Kawhi James, yeah, the internet would have broken. But no one pays attention when it's anyone but LeBron. You know, it happens to LeBron, like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Clutch Gene. Skip Bayless said it, so it must be a thing. No. Everybody just ain't built like that. Everybody ain't built like Kobe and Mike and Larry and Magic.
I don't know if you heard this. I don't know if you heard this last night, but when they went to halftime, and first of all, whoever the guy is that fills in for Ernie, I can't think of his name. He doesn't care. He has no control over these guys. Like, at least when Ernie is on the set, once Ernie starts speaking, they're kind of giving him the floor.
You know what that is. It's a substitute teacher, dude. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody throwing spitballs and, you know, making fart noises with their underarms. You know, it's a substitute teacher.
Yeah. But I don't know if you heard this. But last night, when he asked Shaq about what he thought about the LeBron and Kawhi Leonard matchup in the first half,
I did, and I immediately started watching Survivor, dude. As soon as tell the people what he said, because I started watching Survivor on my tablet immediately.
At this moment, this was the moment, ladies and gentlemen, that I decided in life. Like, I'm sure you've already made up your mind.
I've been on the island waiting on you to pull up, cuz.
Are you waiting on me on the island?
Oh yeah, I've been sitting here by myself waiting on you.
I'm about to join you right now. I made the decision in my life yesterday. and I should know better because I am a professional broadcaster. But I am never listening to anything Shaquille O'Neal ever says about anything again.
It could be Ernie and Kenny, and that's it. I'm good with that. Ernie and Kenny.
Look, last night, and Smitty was on there last night, and you know, when they did let Smitty talk, he said some good things. He was messing up Kyrie Irving and Kawhi name mixed up, but that's another story. But Shaquille O'Neal, when asked what did he think about the Kawhi Leonard LeBron James matchup in the first half. This dude said, and it caught my ear because he said it took me back to the '80s on the Superstation. So of course that immediately caught my ear because I knew he was about to say something about the Hawks. This dude says this matchup reminds him of Dominique and Michael freaking Jeffrey Jordan. I'm like, oh shit!
Because then your question has to be, okay, Shaq, who's who? Like, which one is Mike and which one is Dominique? Because either answer is going to be wrong.
He said LeBron was Mike.
Either answer is wrong.
LeBron was Mike.
Yeah, either answer is wrong. 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 It's like one of those trick questions. There's no right answer to it. Like, well, I think Kawhi Leonard could be like Michael Jordan. No. Well, maybe Kawhi could be like Dominique. No. Both are wrong. Everything is wrong about that whole statement. And when someone tries to correct you, hey, who was up there with it? It was Kenny, Steve, and Shaq, right? So even when Kenny says, "Come on now, Shaq," he was like, "Yeah." He repeated it. I was like, "Where's my tablet? I gotta get on demand and start watching." I had to do it like I do a Hawks game. Just put it on mute and start watching, on demand Survivor.
Dude,
like, there's no way I could listen to any more of that drivel.
Hey,
now you see what I'm talking about. These former players who have nothing to say, and they try to make these shocking statements. No, it just makes you sound stupid. Like, do you own, like, in the 80s, did you own a TV, dude, when you was at LSU or wherever you were at in the 80s? Like, do you have YouTube now? Like,
he was San Antonio. He was at home. He was in San Antonio.
Watch that game last night, and then get on YouTube and watch any Bulls-Hawks game. Anyone. Any of them. There'll be a big difference. I promise you there'll be a big difference. I swear to you there will be. Like,
it's going to be a major difference.
Like, come on, dude.
It's going to be a major difference.
You know why? Because Shaq never has anything to say. Like, have you seen them profile that show on Real Sports? Not Real. Yeah, on Real Sports. On HBO. Have you seen the profile to that show? Like, how it's done?
Yeah.
They don't do any prep work. Like Kenny.
They just come out, right?
Yeah, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq on purpose. Their producer doesn't let them in to the producers meeting. Only Ernie is there. So Ernie just plays traffic cop. These dudes are just paid to know about basketball, and whatever comes up, they're paid to know about it and be spontaneous. And it works to the point until I don't even know, honestly. Like when it was just Shaq and Kenny, they had that yin and yang thing, right? Like Shaq would say something ignorant, but then Kenny would come back and they balance each other out,
clean it up.
But now Shaq is just there. He's just there, and then he does something stupid during the outtakes, and they come back, and Shaq is like riding like a scooter or something, and doing something stupid or tackling somebody into a Christmas tree.
But he almost died last night, man. God. He almost died.
Almost died. When? Didn't you tell me I stopped watching that crap? Like, what you mean?
Yeah, he almost died because last night, you know how they have the Sprint logo back in the back where you go up the steps and they had a little stage right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he took off running, ran up the steps, touched the thing, came back because he thought Kenny Smith was about to do it, right? So Kenny goes, "Oh no, Shaq, come on, run one more." So Kenny takes off, and Shaq takes off running right behind him. He ends up beating him. But once he got to the seat, they went to commercial break, and when they came back, it was like the outtakes of what happened, during the commercial break.
That's all he good for.
Shaq was about to die. Like his eyes had watered up. He couldn't catch his breath.
I'm good.
It was terrible, dude.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I'm good. Yeah, I just, I watched Survivor throughout the rest of the game. Didn't listen to anyone because, actually, I did listen. I listened to Chris and Charles do the game, but
some of that outtake stuff is pretty good when it comes to those network type deals. Because who was that? Was that Michael Irvin that pulled out the horse on the broomstick?
Yeah.
A couple years ago?
Yeah.
During
Christmas. Yeah.
That was class.
That's your taste. I'm good. Anyway, this whole, like, Kyrie Irving. And let me tell you about Kyrie. But I'm not going to tell you about Kyrie. But last year, when on the show that I produced when we were at CBS, we did our little preseason, who you think is going to win the MVP. So I just went and took a flyer. I was like, shoot, Kyrie Irving. knowing he probably wasn't going to win it. Actually, he won the All-Star MVP that year, but, you know,